and she was looking at and focusing at a figure seemingly a few feet in front of her that my sister couldn't see with her physical eyes, but her cat Pepper definitely saw. So I can't sleep, and I thought I would tell one of my more spookier spirit stories. So this story happened in 2007. There was major supernatural activity happening around my house at that time. I lived in Red Deer at that time. I was still with my ex. So again, many supernatural things were happening around our house. This was going on for months by this point. And I did get, I think, too comfortable using a pendulum at that time without protecting myself. And I got a little bit lazy with my psychic protection and keeping on top of psychic cleansing and not listening to my clairsentience, my feelings at the time when certain spirits were coming through, because I was so excited about being a medium and really grasping my abilities and being able to have like full-on conversations with spirits where they gave me specific information that there's no way I could have known. That I wasn't being careful enough about what spirits I was talking to at that time. So this is my fault in a way. I do not suggest anybody out there go play around with spiritual things. You got to know what you're doing. I ended up getting possessed after this. I will talk about that in probably a series of videos some other time, but this happened right around the beginning of when my conversations with spirits started to shift and become scary, where I felt like something really malicious, mischievous. There were mischievous spirits around me as well, but this was actual malicious, evil, an entity that wants to mess with humans and hurt humans and cause destruction in their lives. At that time, my youngest sister still lived up north, and I was talking on the phone with her. So at this time, my family, close friends, and my now ex were very aware of what was going on with me and my spiritual experiences, and were aware that the information that was coming through was so specific and there was no way I could have known that stuff otherwise. That at this point, my family and friends and my now ex agreed that I was having real spiritual experiences and that this was real. We were talking openly about my spiritual experiences at this time. So I was telling my sister about that I feel like there was a dark, like a negative entity around me. At this point, it was being, I want to say, mischievous. That's why I used that word earlier, and hadn't done really anything truly like scary yet. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But anyway, and she was all like enthralled and like freaked out about the experiences I was having. And I was telling her about how this, like, I believe all spirit, when they use intention and energy, can influence things here in the physical, especially electrical things, anything to do with energy anyway. Sorry, can't find the words, concussion. And we were just talking, and I'm like, oh my God, it's here right now. And I could hear and feel breathing, and my heart started thumping. She was like, oh my God, I feel it too. And so I was like, okay, I need to get rid of this now while I'm on the phone with you, because I don't want it to travel to you. And so I went and grabbed my salt and some other things, sage, cedar, cleansing herbs, and started to cleanse while I was on the phone with her. And when I went to go salt corners of my room while I was on the phone with her, like we were on a landline with wireless receivers, I heard a hiss, and I was like, and then I literally could feel, I don't know how else to describe it, a jolt, like it's like a shock of some kind in the hand that was holding the phone receiver. And I felt an energy transfer in the phone, and the phone heated up immediately. And my sister was like, oh my God, I felt that. And I could hear her cat hiss, Pepper, who is now on the other side. She was so beautiful, sweet cat. And she was like, oh my God, Pepper's just freaked out, and she was sitting underneath, peacefully before this, underneath a chair in her room. And my sister said that she got up and arched her back, and all her fur was standing up, like she was in defensive mode and protective mode. And by the way, your pets do protect you against bad spirits. And she was looking at and focusing at a figure seemingly a few feet in front of her that my sister couldn't see with her physical eyes, but her cat Pepper definitely saw.